Management and Decisional System – Introduction to Machine Learning. In this video, we'll introduce the domain of artificial intelligence, also known as AI, and in particular the domain of machine learning, also known as ML. At the end of this module, you will be able to tell the difference between artificial intelligence and machine learning, and to give a classification of the different approaches within the domain of machine learning. What actually is artificial intelligence? Most people use it in their daily life without knowing it. Let's start with some examples. When we talk to our smartphone or to a smart home appliance, a speech recognition system interprets our spoken words. When we upload a photo in our social network, it automatically recognizes that the photo contains the face from a person and asks us to link it. When we are driving a car, the navigation system searches for the fastest route based on the actual traffic situation. We want to book a flight, but the booking website suggests to postpone the purchase as the prices are likely to decrease within the next days. To conclude, an AI can have the following capabilities: learning, planning and perception, knowledge representation and reasoning, problem solving and acting in complex environments. However, the key ability and basic requirement of an AI is the ability to learn. For this purpose, specific methods and algorithms are needed, which are summarized under the term machine learning. Exemplary applications for machine learning are pattern recognition, for example, the patterns of electrical loads; optimization, for example, the optimal utilization of generation or storage units to decrease costs; forecasting, for example, the forecasting of PV generation. Often, it is applied in conjunction with a large volume of data, big data. The algorithm aims to find a general rule, relation, or pattern, and it thereby virtually programs itself. Therefore, ML can also be described as an artificial generation of knowledge by experience. All currently available ML methods can be assigned to 5 different approaches, which are therefore referred to as the 5 tribes of ML. These are the connectionist approach, the evolutionist approach, the Bayesian approach, the analogist approach, the symbolistic approach. The connectionist approach is based on the emulation of the human brain, particularly its neurons and the synaptic chain. Such an ML algorithm is usually implemented as an artificial neural network, also known as ANN. The evolutionist approach summarizes genetic algorithms, which are based on Darwin's theory. They include characteristics like reproduction, recombination, mutation, and selection, and are used for optimization purposes. With each generation, the so-called fitness of the population increases. The Bayesian approach starts with a hypothesis with an estimated probability distribution, which is then gradually improved as new data becomes available. It can directly deal with uncertainties in the data. The analogist approach is applied for classification purposes. One example is the nearest neighbor algorithm, which assigns new data to the class of that instance which is nearest. The symbolistic approach is based on object categories, also clusters of objects or symbols, with certain characteristics. Problems are solved by implementing a clustering algorithm. To sum up, the most important characteristic of an AI system is the ability to learn. This is achieved by ML algorithms. They have a wide area of applications. However, they are usually used for the analysis of a large volume of data. Depending on the application, there are many different ML algorithms, which can be divided into 5 fundamental approaches. They include biological-inspired mechanisms, such as the topology of the brain, or the evolutionary adaptation to certain environmental conditions, probability-based methods to deal with uncertainties, as well as methods which provide a certain classification or build up clusters containing similar objects. Thanks for watching.